Yo, what's up my people, Fourth Prince here, bringing you a commentary which is basically about game types and what game types we should have and would like to see in the future of Gears of War, mainly Gears of War 4 and Gears of War Ultimate Edition or Gears of War Remastered, whatever we're going to be calling it, but Gears of War game types. And so we haven't got too many playlists. Now I want to try and narrow down some certain things. I know not everyone in the world is going to agree with me, but I do feel that if we are having game types in the game, they need to have legs not only for the competitive community but for casual. We need these game types that work both ways, so we're not splitting the casual community and the competitive community up, and we've got these playlists where we all can come together and be at a happy medium and be happy still playing the game types. So I'm going to go back in the past as well. Now the gameplay in the background just might be a bit choppy, it might be talking, it might be playing something that I'm actually talking about in the commentary, and other bits like right now at the moment, which is probably just a spree just to keep you entertained while I waffle on about rubbish. But yo, here we go. So right, I'm going to go back in the past to Gears of War 2 and talk about Submission. For those who don't know, Submission was a capture the flag objective game type, but the flag was a dude called Franklin or Chaps, and he had a shotgun. What you had to do is down him and then drag him off to a certain part of the map for like 3 or 4 seconds in the hill or whatever, and then you win the game. But obviously game type Submission, if you guys haven't played Gears of War 2 and haven't played Submission in the past, it is absolutely awesome. One of the best game types I've ever played ever, and just so much fun casually. And that's the problem with it, it's casual as hell. You could never use it or have it as a competitive playlist because Franklin and Chaps are completely random. You could be actually dominating the game, dragging him off and just about to win it all, and then someone drops Franklin and before you know it he's going around killing all your team, falls into the wrong hands and gets dragged off the other side of the map. So that's why we can't see Submission again in the future. Sad but true, guys. It's just far too random for any kind of competitive nature, and yeah, it's one of them. So we're throwing Submission in the bin. Another one I want to bring up is Guardian, which is Capture the Leader. We've got it on Gears of War 3, it was also in Gears of War 2 as well. Didn't make any appearances in Gears of War Judgment, but Guardian basically capture the leader. Once someone's killed your leader, you lose the ability to respawn players in. So once someone kills your leader, that other team hopefully can just keep going around then if their leader's still alive and taking out your whole team. Now it's great, it's good fun, it's okay. I enjoy Guardian, I'm not going to lie, but I do feel like if you're just playing alone, it's a hard game type to get into, especially if you're a leader and you haven't got a mic in and you're playing alone. It's kind of not that much fun super casually because you don't know what the other team, what your team would like you to do, or where your team might be wanting to go or whatever. Even though as the ability on Gears of War 3, if you're the leader, to look through the map and see where all the other team are coming at you, was quite cool. I don't know if Guardian's got the legs, and I don't know what it's done competitively ever, but I've never seen it competitively. And obviously our big Gears of War game at the moment is Gears of War 3, which Guardian is on, and I've never seen anything like that at Hype Festation. So with Submission, we throw Guardian in the bin. Sorry guys, it's just gotta go. It's just gotta go. Next one is Koth stroke Annex King of the Hill. So yeah, King of the Hill, as we know, it's got to be a keeper. It has been competitive at Hype Festation for a long time. It is that game type where it's brilliant casually because it doesn't matter if you're in a team or you're just playing alone. You know what your objective is, and you've got it in your means to be able to sort that out on your own. So casually it's awesome, and competitively it seems to work. A lot of the competitive games I've seen, like King of the Hill on Rustlung and King of the Hill on Dry Dock, yeah, I've loved, and some of my favourite competitive games I've ever seen played out at King of the Hill. So King of the Hill we're keeping, and we are keeping King of the Hill stroke Annex. Whereas I mean, like normal King of the Hill or Gears of War 2 King of the Hill, not Annex, you would have to be in the hill to keep it counting. We don't want that because the hills in Gears of War are really small. What it needs is for someone to throw a grenade over. If it hits in the hill and you're in the hill counting over, you're a dead man. Whereas I like the fact that you can just go in there, cap it, get out, and it won't stop counting until it changes to another hill or the opposing team break the hill. So yeah, King of the Hill stroke Annex is definitely a keeper. So that's the first one we've got. Also TDM, we've got to keep TDM. Team Deathmatch is the way that, I know it doesn't have any legs competitively, and completely understand that, and that was kind of what I didn't want to say about in this commentary. But we also know the casual communities in all games now, that's what people play when they get on. It is what it is. If we all like it or we don't like it, it is what it is. So far we're keeping King of the Hill, and TDM's got to be a stayer. Also, the other stayer is Execution. I was always more of a Warzone fan, single life objective game type. I was always more of a Warzone fan in Gears of War 2, but Execution's got to be a keeper. That is what the competitive people love and need to have, so that is definitely a keeper. So we're keeping that. But there was a video done by Arctic, I think it was last week, I will leave a link in the description, but I think it was Bungie. He was talking about, well, Arctic was talking about Bungie had come up with an idea which was like Execution, so single life, 1 round, or rounds, and you have the ability to pick up your teammates just like Execution. But in this, if nothing has happened after like 2 or 4 minutes, say, so an objective will pop up on the map, and then that will make people not have to just, you know, in Execution there's no reason to push each other really, because there's no objective apart from to kill each other and to stay alive if there's big money on the table, which used to draw out games a lot in the past. So basically if an objective comes up, then the team have got to push out and come and push that objective, which sounds awesome. It sounds amazing. I would love to see what this game type is, or see it being played on some other games, even not in Gears of War but in something, because Bungie have come up with this idea and it does sound awesome. But I also am concerned if it's an objective like a hill that pops up on the map, where you've got this randomness coming in again. If the hill is on right next to where a team has hunkered down and set up shop, and the hill pops up, it's really easy for that team to then get into that hill, as opposed to the other team pushing and trying to keep them off that hill. So as much as it sounds like a brilliant idea, I don't know if the randomness of where that hill's going to pop up could cause problems. So but we'll leave a link in the description to Arctic's video there. Go check that out and tell him what you guys think about it. I just feel that it could be still random, but I'd love to see it played as well. So I'm open, my heart is open, my mind is open. That's what we need to be at 4-5 Vision, open mind. But yo, also as well, domination that came into Gears of War Judgment. Now I wish domination never ever happened in Gears of War Judgment. I've never liked domination, or free plots it's called in Halo, or just domination in Call of Duty. The idea that you've got to get this hill, that hill and another hill, and every time you cap one, the other team are capping the other. You can only be in one place at one time. You just feel like a rubbish pizza boy never delivering pizzas anywhere. You're kind of holding that hill, and you know the other team on the other side waiting to clock in the holding the other hill, and then when you've got it, you flop round and you just run round each other basically. Keep getting hills. They're over the other side, you're over this side. Domination, I don't know why it's been so popular on things like Call of Duty and stuff for so long. Just don't understand it. Domination, free plots, whatever you want to call it, sucks. We're throwing it in the bin. Let it go along with submission and guardian and stuff. Another thing we need to keep as well, I would like to keep as well, is a wingman, which is kind of, what is it, 4 teams of 2, so it's kind of doubles playlist for Gears of War. I do feel there's always space for that. I think every game should have some kind of doubles playlist, so you and your friend, you've only got one friend on, it's easy for you to go, right, let's go and do this, and hopefully wingman can stay. That'll be one. So what I'm keeping so far is Execution, wingman, King of the Hill stroke Annex, and TDM, and my last but not least by any means is Breakthrough, which is the game type that come out of Gears of War Judgment. It didn't get played a lot, it still hasn't been played a lot. I know I'm still all like 400 or maybe 700 in the world rankings, which you know no one's played it when I'm that high on the world rankings. I don't think it came out very late. It was the last piece of DLC that come out on Gears of War Judgment, a DLC that not many people bought at all. But basically Breakthrough is capture the flag, but your team at one round your team is attacking, the other round the other team is attacking. Now your team, when you're attacking, has a pool of lives. I think it's 35, but don't quote me on that. And basically once your pool of lives is gone, you're up and out there. You can't do anything else anymore then. So when you've got so the amount of times you can take that that flag to the score it is limitless. You can do it as many times as possible, but once the flag is dropped, the flag stays in that certain part of the map. I know a lot of people complained about this earlier on when the game came out, the game type come out, and said, oh no, it should go back to spawn. Again, I feel that's a really random thing to have your flag, you know, like if it's, say, let's call it capture the flag on Halo 4, so after a certain amount of time, you know that flag is going to go back to the flag spawn, no matter where it is or how close it is to being scored. At a certain time, it will go back to its normal flag spawn. Now, usually your team, either you're attacking, know this and won't bother with it anymore. You're going to run over to where the flag spawns and just wait for it to come back, and the other team know that they can hang on to it. Whereas in Breakthrough on Gears of War Judgment, the brilliant thing about it was that flag will stay there all game if need be. If no one's going to pick it up or no one gets the opportunity to pick it up, you're kind of doomed, I guess, if you're attacking, but that is what it is, and it needs you to think about, okay, I need to get the other team, because obviously if that's happening where you can't get to the flag because the other team are holding it down, you need to think about ways with your team how you're going to stop that team, the other team, from flank them, get ways to kill them so they're not holding it down so much. And that's what's brilliant about it. It's brilliant competitive, it's brilliant casually, it's brilliant casually, and I think it could be awesome competitively. I don't know if it's been tried and tested competitively yet. Maybe Captain Barbosa will probably know a lot more about that, but I know Judgment, when it came out, was at a time when people weren't really caring. But I do feel for us, the Gears of War community, that if Breakthrough just gets swept under the carpet and is never seen again in Gears of War at all, I kind of feel that we've all missed out, and I feel that that is an awesome single objective game type. I know a lot of people seem to say that we need to have a bomb game type in Gears of War. I don't know what people's obsession is about a bomb. I don't call it what you want, this flag. You can dress it up in as a rubber chicken if you want to, you know what I mean? Or you can even have it so if no one's picked it up after a certain amount of time, it will blow up or something. I don't know what it is with people who need to have a bomb game type. We need is a single objective game type is the most important thing, and I think Breakthrough is an awesome single objective game type, and it's very Gears of War-esque, and I'd love to see it in future Gears of War games. If we don't see it, I do feel that we're kind of going to miss out a bit. I'd also like to see a free-fall game type in the next Gears of War game, if it be Gears of War Remastered Ultimate Edition or Gears of War 4. Would love to see it. Don't think it needs to be the be all and end all, but I do feel that I would appreciate it and love it. It's not going to have much competitive legs, or you don't know. If we could have a free fall kind of base mode there, could have lots of competitive legs. If you don't know, from Halo, they had a huge free fall kind of competitive thing going off, which was absolutely awesome to watch on the MLG stage and stuff like that. So hopefully maybe Gears of War can go that route as well and have some free fall in its competitive world. That would be awesome and really just would be amazing, and plus casually free fall works all day. So there's go, there's my 6 game types, which is Wingman, King of the Hill, TDM, Execution, Breakthrough, and what was I just talking about? Free fall. So there's the ones. But obviously if you've got playlists, then you're going to have quick and ranked on all of these things. I think maybe we should just need to have ranked for certain game types and not have it for all of them, because otherwise if we've got the 6 game types and if we've got quick and ranked, that makes 12, and if we get DLC playlists come in, that's going to be 24 just for the 6 game types. That's ridiculous and silly. So I don't know how Black Tusk are going to work it and keep everyone happy as well, but we certainly need to not have 24 places for people to play basically the 6 same game types. That's just ridiculous and silly, and that's what we've had in the past, and that's what I hope we don't have in the future. We need to keep the community together, whether it be competitive or casual. We ought to be all in the same place, enjoying the same things at the same time, and if we've got too many playlists, that just won't happen, and we will see the demise of any Gears of War games of the future even before they've come out. We all know this. I do, you guys do, but yeah, that's my ideas. But what do you guys think? Leave your feedback in the description as well. Sorry, a lot of the background of this video has probably been a mixture of sprees and actually stuff I'm talking about as well, but kind of is what it is, and I hope you get my point today. And yeah, do subscribe as well. I never say that on my channel. Subscribe, drop a like, and yeah, show me some love in the comment section, or don't if you don't agree with any of the game types I've picked, and let me know why as well you don't like them certain game types. I do feel competitive, casual isn't too much difference there, but we do need to come together and give it all peace. So on that note, much love and peace.